Hello everyone, I hope you are doing good. My name is Ashutosh and today we are going to talk about the SSM. So basically SSM is another alternative of the SSH and this is a very nice feature provided by the AWS. So if you don't want to enable SSH from internet and don't want the root privilege tries, multiple retries on your devices, then the SSM is the right option for you. For this particular feature, you don't need to enable SSH from internet. Even though if you are using certificate based authentication, still you will be continued on getting multiple SSH requests on your devices. So it's a good way to securing your network, and it is very easy to install. So basically, there are two steps which we need to take care when we are configuring the SSM. The first one is installing the agent. So it is a very small agent, and how to configure it, that is also available on the AWS portal. And the second one will be creating an IAM role. So we want SSM to give enough us, or we wanted to give the enough permission to SSM to access the server. So it will go ahead and it will access the all the information which it needs to prompt you for the shell or the terminal of the any of the Linux host or server. So let's start it. And There are two ways of configuring the SSM agent. Either you can manually install it once you have already installed your server. And if you are done with your installation of the server, then you can manually go ahead and configure the agent, and then you can create an IAM role and give access, enough access to the SSM to access your server. Or the other option is at the time of the boot process itself, you can create a script and that script will go ahead and configure the SSM agent for you. And also at the same time, we can attach a role when we are creating our server from the web console. So let's go ahead and start the first process, which is launching your instance. And then the same process, we will go ahead and we will create a IAM role, and I will also create a um, script right away on this particular demo video. So there are all right, so all of them are listed here. So RHL 7.5 is not visible in the freebies. So what I will do, I will go ahead and I will use RHL 8, and the process for RHL 8 will be slightly different, not much, because since we have been using DNF, which is identified idiom in the case of the RHL 8. So if you are using the RHL 7, then follow all the instruction provided on the Amazon portal, which I will show you right away. Or if you are using RHL 8, then there are minute modifications which we need to do, and I will tell you what are the modifications we need to do. So I'm gonna use all the default VPC, subnet, and IP address assignment. And what I will do, I will go ahead and I will create an IAM role right away. And we need to click on create a role. And since we are creating EC2 role, and we will be providing enough permission to the IAM to access this particular EC2 instance, then we will use the EC2 role. And then we need to go ahead and we need to search for SSM policies. Sorry. So there are multiple you can say SSM policies which are available over here. So what I will do, either I can use this Amazon EC2 role for SSM. This will also work. And the other one is Amazon SSM service role policy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this one. You can also use this one, but there is a warning which I would love to tell you, or I would love to give you, is this is going to be obsolete very soon. So it's better if you use this policy, which is this one, Amazon SSM service role policy. You can also create your own one and you can customize it, but that is not part of this particular demonstration, and we'll go ahead and use this particular policy. And I'm not gonna name it. I'm gonna name this particular. Let's create SSM demo. That is the biggest one I had ever created. Alright, so this particular role is being created. What's wrong? Cannot attach a service role to customer role. Oh shit. So let's use this one for this particular demonstration. strong. So the number of the words are also limited in this particular example, in the case of the AWS. And as I can see, both of them are created, but somehow that was showing an error. I don't know why. All right, so let's go ahead and attach it. Where's my IAM? Here it is. So I will refresh it, and then here I see it. And there's our advanced details. So if you have any of the script, then you can paste it over here, and the when the device will be putting up, all this information will be provided to the server as the initial configuration, and the device will come up with this configuration. So the first stuff what we need to do is we need to uh, tell the Linux where should it fire this command. So let's create a hash then shebang and then bin bash, since it is bash script, and then we need to go ahead and make it sudo user. And the next stuff will be let's go to the Azure portal, and we need to find the RPM. So this is the RPM which is available for 64-bit instance. So let's paste it over here. The next stuff will be enabling the SSM agent, and I'm not willing to write anything right now. Let me just copy it and then start it. That's it. So these are the few steps which we need to take care when we are trying to enable the SSM agent. So in that way, the SSM agent will be already installed in this particular box, and the services will be also running. So let's go ahead and click next. Click next. NSG, we can say goodbye to NSG. We don't need it. So let's remove it. They will launch, and let's launch it. No key pair. Yeah, we don't need any new key pair. Proceed without any key pair. Since we are not going to use it using SSH, so we don't need any of the key pair in this particular situation. So let's go ahead and view instance. So let me pause the video. Meanwhile, when let me pause the video for this particular duration of the time when server is coming up. Once it is up and stable, then what I will do, I will demonstrate how to access the session manager and your device terminal. And meanwhile, I was talking about the depreciation of the EC2 policy. So this is the one wording I was talking about. If you see here, this policy will soon be depreciated, and Amazon SSM managed instance core is the policy which we need to use in the case of the configuration. So let's copy it, and we will change the policy. Let me go back to the roles, and let's click here and attach a policies. Let's attach it. Click OK, attach policy, and then what I will do, I will remove the old one, which is the Amazon EC2 role 4 SSM. Detach, and then we should be sorted. And then I will go ahead and I will go to the EC2 instance and see if this is up. Alright, so this is up. And if you are first time using the SSM, then you need to go to the all services and then type SSM over here. Then you will see a systems manager, and you need to click on it. So the systems manager is being opened over here, and these are the few guidelines when you are getting started with the SSM. So if you just directly want to get the access of or get the console of this particular box or get the terminal of this particular box, then go to session manager, click on it, and start session. So this will start a session on this particular Linux host. You need to refresh it and click on start session. So our instance is not visible over here. We need to wait for a few more seconds. So it is visible now, and start a session. As I said, we are able to access our server without any SSH port being allowed from internet. So as we can see, sudo su just for verification purpose I have put the command over there, so that way you can verify whether I am connected from SSH or this is some other feature which is being used in the behind the dashboard. So thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please. Thank you. Bye bye.